Good evening, everybody, and welcome here to the 2017 Hardee's National Series here, as we are under the lights here at Iowa Motor Speedway. Mace Enterprise teammates of Mason Gordon and Eric DeMax will be leading us down here for the green flag. Pace car is off, as we are underway here at Iowa Motor Speedway. Green flag is out in the air. Eric DeMax had a wonderful start there on the outside line. There's a bit of a stack up near the back of the field. We've got a car blowing up. Emma White has blown the motor, the No Fear Toyota. They're going to be out of the race here. Tough break for the Red Stallion Racing Team, as they are already getting aggressive here on lap number 2. Charlie Smith threading the needle and making it 3 wide for position here, with Dylan Schwalmberg stuck on the outside line. Jake West in the middle. As here the battle for the lead has raged on. Caleb Hoffman now trying to take the spot away, as they are still really bunched up in the back of that front pack there, as Mason Gordon takes that lead, holds on, leads that lap there, but Hoffman still fighting strong at that inside line. Charlie Smith and Bobby Jones are working together to get to the bottom of the track. Track position extremely important here at Iowa Motor Speedway. You need as many as you can. Bradley Bishop Jr. on the charge there, also getting some spots. Zach Flickinger, James Richardson, and Richardson hits the wall for turn 4 there. It's a pretty big hit there, not too big, but a pretty good hit there to the right side of that 17. As Caleb Hoffman takes the lead away, Charlie Smith looking underneath for second, sliding up the racetrack there, giving Mason Gordon not enough slack, and he's gonna try and get second away. They made a bit of contact there, as here comes Charlie Smith for the race lead here down the inside of Caleb Hoffman. Hoffman slides up the hill, Smith goes down low, and the number 3 car back to the race lead yet again. That is not really that is quite a familiar sight here in the Hardee's National Series. 3 wide racing here for position. Really, the Ike Durbin teammates of Hayden Klein and Daniel Conway are rubbing fenders. Both cars are in the wall, and Hayden Klein spins the 84 around, and he gets hit by the 41 of Alexander Rowe, as Julius Anderson spins the car around, as the caution is out here for the very first time here at Iowa. As we'll have a look at to see exactly what happened. As for Alexander Rowe's race, it comes to a halt. They all tried to squeeze for one hole and didn't quite work, and you saw exactly what happened. The 84 went for a spin, and that collected Rowe and Anderson, and you saw the 38 spin up front near the straightaway there. But they're able to keep on going, but for Alexander Rowe, her race is done. Restart is back in the air here. Charlie Smith leads over Bobby Jones, Caleb Hoffman, Jake West in the 4th spot, and PJ Williams, your top 5. As the top 2 already pulling a massive gap here on the rest of the field. Jake West and the others trying to catch up for dear life, as West up the racetrack, he washes up the hill. PJ Williams, an opportunity not to waste here. He's going down the inside of his teammate. Can he get the spot? He's going to go 3 wide, and a bit of contact between the 16 and the 21. Sends both of them actually for a little bit of a slide, but they're able to hold on, as there you see some 3 wide action near the back. Blaze McKinney running in the 16th spot. An impressive run for the Publix Dodge. Chris Dodd trying to get around the 90 there. Casey Lester and Milton Campbell are battling it out as well. Cody Lama's trying to get around John Bunnell here for position. He slides up the track, and Cody Lama spins around. Julius Anderson involved. Caution waving yet again, and Hayden Klein has run into the back of the 38. Heavy front end damage for the Red Bull there, and Hayden Klein's race has just gone from bad to worse here, as the caution flies there yet again. Green flag back underway, and Garrett Sidner leads over Eric DeMax for position. Eric DeMax putting on a show here. He's only made a few limited starts, but he's certainly shown the consistency and speed needed to be a front runner here, and he's certainly driving like a natural here at Iowa Motor Speedway. Bradley Bishop Jr. up to the 4th position. He's trying to get P3 away from Luis Hernandez, and Hernandez is one of the few top runners in the point standings trying to get some ground gained on the rest of the pack here. I think he's actually, I don't know if he's the points leader, not to be exact, to be honest. But there you see Charlie Smith there, Nick Salmon, PJ Williams, James Richardson nearly against the wall off of their corner there, as Dylan Schwammer takes the 11th spot away. As for Cody Lamas though, if you're wondering where he's at, he's been stuck in traffic and Cole Deaver spins around off of that, and no caution came out. So far no caution, but the battle for the lead is on. Eric DeMax down to the bottom of the track, Bradley Bishop Jr. right behind. As you see, the top 4 have really put themselves in a bit of a field here. Eric DeMax still holding on to the lead. He took it away from Sidner. Bradley Bishop Jr. up to P2. And down the inside he goes, Bishop Jr. going to Blue Flare for 2018, and he's actually running in there for the rest of the year, so he's really just trying to make this ride last as much as it can, and he might try and find that win this season if they can. Curtis Racing has been one of the teams that hasn't really won yet, and should be winning a race by now, but as for now, they're just really more of the team that's kind of there, as Nick Mace's car there, driven by Eric DeMax, still holding strong on that outside line. That shows if you drive it right, but DeMax just kind of kissed the wall there on that front straightaway, and that puts Bradley Bishop Jr. to the race lead. Curtis Racing yet again back up to the point here. They're trying to put their program back up. They've had a bit of a slump in results here, but they're slowly getting back in their game. Dylan Schwamberg running in the 10th spot, running high up in the point standings as well. He's been a rather consistent driver as well. You might want to keep a lookout on him. As Jake West hitting that wall there, Matt DeLeo trying to get a good run for the Fear Sport organization. They've just been off this season here, and they're looking forward for some sweet redemption. Milton Campbell and Casey Lester have been battling for position for a while, and both cars go into the wall. Caution back out on the track, and after a long green flag run, it comes to an end here today. For the 86 and the A1 have collided into turn number 3, and into the wall they both went, and rear end damage for both of their cars as well as right side damage. Coming back for the restart here, Mason Gordon continuing to lead here over Charlie Smith, Bobby Jones, Salmon, and William Schwamberg spins the tires there as Caleb Hoffman is going to have to wait for the 14 to make a mistake, and just like that he does. Hoffman to the inside for the 6th position. This is going to be an intense battle here at Iowa, but Schwamberg defends his line in a great run there. We've got trouble. Eric DeMax spinning around, Garrett Sidner, Luis Hernandez, and several others. And we've got more trouble, and Casey Lester has flipped the car over in a massive crash here. The caution is out, and for Mason Gordon, he's gonna have to wait another time to go green. DeMax got into the back of John Bunnell, sending him for a spin into Sidner. Bunnell slid up into the path of Hernandez into Wade Brummer, and it looks like retaliation went wrong here, or went right for Milton Campbell's case here, as she flipped the 86 and Casey Lester went for a wild ride. On the restart, Mason Gordon continued the lead over Charlie Smith. Bobby Jones right there in the picture. It's really remained unchanged. Hoffman this time going for another attempt on the inside of Schwalberg, and this time it might work out just fine. But here they come off a 2, and there goes Chase Marks spinning around out of turn number 2 there, down the back straightaway. Caution is out again. And for the 51, there's another wreck here. Blaze McKinney and Bradley Bishop Jr. have crashed as they take the caution flag yet again. Eric DeMax again got in the back of Chase Marks, but coming into turn 3, Scott McCann dive bomb the corner, taking both car number 90 and 39 into the outside wall. Rear end damage for the both of them. That might help them a bit in their downforce, but for the damage, it's still pretty big for them, and they're going to be a bit out of contention for this win. Mason Gordon continuing to lead over Bobby Jones and Charlie Smith, your top 3 there. As the rest of the field really pretty much single file on down. And Kermika Jazzen and a couple of others are all trying to stick together in a line. And Kyle Bichelli in there quietly running inside that top 25, not really the best of runs for them. Scott McCann's been kind of on a bit of a slump as well, but really your lead has really much remained the same. Teammates Chris Dodd and John Arndt have collided here in turn number 3. Both cars in the wall, and Zayden Davidson had nowhere to go. Caution out on the track again. And not much really happened between the leaders there, but for Chris Dodd and John Arndt, that's going to be a trip to their team. Team Holler there, they're going to have quite the conversation. It's not really the first time teammates have collided, not specifically John Arndt. And there's Kyle Bichelia's car blowing up in smoke, as that machine is going to be behind the wall. Tough break for the Folgers machine. Green flag back in the air. Mason Gordon continuing to lead over Bobby Jones. Caleb Hoffman up to 3rd this time around. PJ Williams in 4th, but then you have Nick Salmon in that top 5. Cody Lamas has been on a bit of a comeback mission here, running inside the top 10, running in the 6th spot. Charlie Smith and Dylan Schwalmberg are both going to be battling for that 7th position as Schwalmberg goes down to the inside. Matt DeLeo in the Smithfield Dodge is going to wait and see whether those two are going to wreck each other or not, or just race extremely hard to where the tires will kick in and both will wear them down extremely hard. But Mason Gordon just trying to pull a gap on Bobby Jones, Caleb Hoffman, and the rest of the top 10 here. And he's been pretty much the dominant car today, so expect him to be inside the top 10 near the end of this race. Bobby Jones has reeled in Mason Gordon as the laps have been winding down. The 6 car has been stronger in that long run here. Caleb Hoffman sitting in the 3rd spot, but you see Cody Lummis in the red machine there in the 4th position. He's been just as fast as them. Gordon sliding up the track. Bobby Jones trying to take advantage, can't quite do it, but they are still bumper to bumper here, closing each other in as lap traffic is going to be playing a big factor in the circumstances of where the leaders may end up. Jones down the inside, here he comes. Caleb Hoffman going down low as well. He knows this is an opportunity to pass the 10 car, as Cody Lom is still lurking in the shadows in that 4th spot, and soon to be 3rd once he gets around Mason Gordon. And because of that, Nick Salmon has put himself into the mix as well. He's trying to get around the Delphi machine. Mason Gordon darting up high, and he's probably going to try and block low. Can't quite do it. Salmon down to the bottom of the track here, trying to take it away from the number 10 machine. As it looks like Salmon gets 4th there, he will get it into turn number 1, and Salmon up to P4. Bobby Jones has still held on to the lead for quite some time, but here he comes. He drives it wide into turn 1. A little bit too hot there. Probably had some, maybe a few understeer there. And Jones blocks the 16. Aggressive block from Bobby Jones there. As there you see Caleb Hoffman looking underneath the number 6 there. Cody Lamas in 3rd. He's waiting to make an opportunity happen so he can get around both the 16 and the 6 there. As he knows he's got a faster car, he's saved up his tires, and he's certainly wanting to get around them as soon as possible, because he knows what could happen if lap traffic gets in the way. Other drivers could be in contention for that victory here as the laps are winding down here, as we still have a few laps to go. As there you see, it's pretty much been the top 3 that have pretty much pulled away. Nick Salmon quietly running in that 4th spot in the Dairy Queen machine. Dylan Schwalmberg is up to P6 here. Matt DeLeo 7th. There you see the Athenian cars, the trio, running in 7th through 8th through 9th, 8th through 10th, excuse me there. PJ Williams, Charlie Smith, and Jake West there. Eric DeMax has been on the charge here, as well as Zach Flickinger as well. They are 11th and 12th, as Eric DeMax looking low underneath the 26. Can he do it? Not quite out of turn 2. But he's gonna have to wait. As there you see Lamas up to P2, using Garrett Sidner as a pick. Lamas up to the 2nd spot. United Emirates Racing has been rather quiet all season. They're kind of the dark horse team. In terms of performance, they are actually rather quiet. They're silent but deadly, but they're rather inconsistent. At times, they do not need to be. Cody Lamas certainly one of the exceptions here. He's a veteran in the Sony Cup Series, only with one win though. But he's got one win in the Hardee's National Series at Talladega, and maybe trying to not prove that a super speedway requires no skill. He's gonna try and reel down Bobby Jones the hard way using lap traffic and by simply outbraking him and running more consistent lap times. And Bobby Jones has been getting held up by both lap cars of Colby Jackson and John Arndt, and that has given an opportunity for Cody Lamas, Mason Gordon, Nick Salmon, and Caleb Hoffman to all have a shot at winning this. A 5-car battle for the win here. Bobby Jones stays low, and there you see Gordon still down at the bottom of the track. Lamas up high as they're going to go. Maybe Hoffman's going to try and make it 3 wide. He's been the guy to really make the moves a lot more aggressive than he should be, but now is the time to gain some track position, and they're going to be frantic. And a bit of contact there. Colby Jackson and Bobby Jones made some contact out of turn 4. And certainly Bobby Jones not happy with getting boxed in by Cody Lamas and Nick Salmon. As Hoffman's up to P2, Lamas to P3. Nick Salmon now up to the 4th position as Bobby Jones drops all the way back to 5th place. But Mason Gordon still holding on to that lead here. Caleb Hoffman is right there. But Caden Klein, the lap car's in the way. He goes up high. Hoffman down low. Will the 84 go up? Yes, he does. He yields to the leaders down at the bottom lane, but not much so much to Mason Gordon. As the top 2 now consists of Caleb Hoffman and Cody Lamas. Lamas dive bombs turn 3. He slides up the hill. Hoffman has to give room. Both cars nearly against the wall for turn 4. Hoffman scrapes it. And now Cody Lamas will use Zayden Davidson as a pick. Will he take the lead away? Nick Salmon sitting in that 3rd spot. Could he go for a 2nd win this season or such? And here he comes down to the bottom of the track. He takes 2nd away and put that 18 car up to P2. Near the back half of the field here, the back half, more the top 10 that is to be exact. PJ Williams is running in the 6th spot. He's kind of made his way up. He's been rather a top 10 car all day, so pretty much that's where he's going to be throughout the end of this one. Eric DeMax has been on the charge here. He's up to 8th now. Certainly a fast low Chevrolet. DeMax has Schwallenberg running in the 9th spot, and Matt DeLeo for Fierceport running in 10th. Zach Flickinger still quietly running in that 11th spot though. Jake West has kind of struggled in the latter half of this run. His car is definitely more for a short trim. As meanwhile, the battle for 2nd is going to be on between Bobby Jones, Nick Salmon, and Mason Gordon here. With approximately 8 laps to go here this time around at Iowa, Cody Lamas has a demanding lead over Nick Salmon, as well as Bobby Jones and Mason Gordon. Down the inside, Bobby Jones goes. He's going to try and get that exit speed out of turn 2. You see how much of a run you can get. He gets the run off. And he could challenge Nick Salmon into 3 if he dives it in really hard. Salmon has to give him room. As Zach Flickinger blowing up in the background there. He was running inside the top 15, and that run is certainly not going to represent where he should have ended up today. But as for Cody Lamas, he's still holding on to the lead. He's got about a 2nd lead over Bobby Jones, or a bit less than that. Mason Gordon now trying to get 3rd away from Nick Salmon here. And that is going to be with 6 laps to go this time around. Mason Gordon up the racetrack. Salmon gives room, but they're still side by side. 4th position, Caleb Hoffman running in the 5th spot. Charlie Smith and Dylan Schwallenberg are fender to fender with each other. They're trying to get around each other for position. Left cars are in the way. Luis Hernandez and Carly McDowell. And Bobby Jones has closed in on the gap. This is a chance that Bobby Jones could take. This could be his only chance at winning this race here today at Iowa. Can he do it? Cody Lamas looking underneath Carly McDowell. And Bobby Jones is right there. He could be able to pounce on that 34 if Lamas makes a mistake. As for the rest of the pack there from 3rd on back, I think they're going to be out of contention. Mason Gordon and Nick Salmon, they're probably going to have to battle 3rd for themselves here. As Bobby Jones going down low, he gets around Carly McDowell. Lamas around John Bunnell here. 3 laps to go at Iowa. Here, Cody Lamas holding a strong lead, and Bunnell blocks Bobby Jones, and certainly not what the 6 wanted to see. Bobby Jones driving for Martin Motorsports is going to be rather unhappy with John Bunnell after this one. As Cody Lamas holds a strong lead now, I don't think he really needs to worry anymore about Bobby Jones or the rest of the pack behind him. It's all racetrack for Cody Lamas here with a few lap cars, but that's not going to be a factor either. At a turn number 4, the white flag is going to fly. One more lap to go here for Cody Lamas in the 34. In a turn number 1, Lamas takes it rather nice and easy, trying to get a good exit here in turn number 2. He's got a second gap, so he could really just coast from here on out. And in turns number 3 and 4 for the final time, Cody Lamas, driving for United Emirates Racing, will get their second victory here, and it's going to be his second victory here, this time at Iowa. From a spin earlier in the race to a win, Cody Lamas has found victory lane yet again here. Only one victory in the Sony Cup Series, and now for Hardee's it's 2. So Lamas trying to bring that success from the Cup Series as well as the experience down here, and maybe even contend for a championship here. We could see the future star of Cody Lamas get on the rise here. He certainly is one to look out for. Bobby Jones second, as you see the rest of the top 10 in the leaderboard there, but congratulations to Cody Lamas on win number 2. You'll see him do a burnout as they're going to put some good stickers for him. But you'll take a look at the results. Congratulations to Cody Lamas on his second victory here in the Hardee's National Series.